The tree is as tall as a skyscraper. The tree is a tall skyscraper. The skyscraper tall tree rooted into the ground of our estate with its windows of glistening leaves. Hello and welcome to Poetry Prompts. I'm Waterstones Children's Laureate Joseph Coelho and I love poetry and I want you to love poetry too. Today we are going to make our writing jump and glow and grow by turning similes into metaphors, into writing that pops. How did I create the little poem about the skyscraper tall tree? I started with a simile. A simile is when we use like or as to compare. First of all, think of a simile for the sun, like this. The sun is as bright as a light. Or, the sun is as hot as lava. Or, the sun is like a tennis ball. What do you think the sun is like? Write down as many similes for the sun as you can in 1 minute. I'll do it too. Don't worry if you can only think of one. And if you get stuck and no ideas are coming, just see what I'm writing and see if you can change one of mine a little bit to make it your own. Let's do this for a minute. Starting from now, there will be a timer on the screen. How did you do? If you need more time, you can always pause the video and start it again when you're ready. Sometimes ideas come quickly, sometimes they take a bit more time, and that is absolutely fine. Choose your favourite simile from the ones you wrote down. Maybe you only have one, that's fine too. I'm going to use the sun is like the eye of a dragon. Now we are going to turn this into a metaphor just by taking out the like. So now we have the sun is the eye of a dragon. A metaphor is just when we say something is something else. The sun is the eye of a dragon is a metaphor. But maybe your simile uses as, like this simile. The sun is as hot as lava. So if I take out the as, I can have the sun is hot lava. And just like that, you have another metaphor. Underneath your chosen simile, write it out as a metaphor, taking out the words like or the words as. Like this, the sun is like the eye of a dragon. And then underneath, the sun is the eye of a dragon. Now we are going to add to our 2 lines to make the writing really pop. We are going to go into more detail. Think about your metaphor. What other details could you add? Could you describe smells or sounds or tastes? Like this. The sun is like the eye of a dragon. The sun is the eye of a dragon. The sun is the eye of a dragon, burning bright, heating the ground, until smoke rises. Until smoke rises and tickles my nose. Notice how I've broken the lines up when I do this. It is called a line break. Line breaks make a poem look more like a poem, and you can put them wherever feels right to you. I've also spaced it out to make different verses. Oh, that's the poetry power up sound, which means it's time for an extra challenge for your poem. This week, I want you to write 4 poems like the one we did today that turn a simile into a metaphor and add detail, but I want each one to be about a different season. So one for spring, one for summer, one for autumn, and one for winter. Here are 4 I did earlier. Spring is like a hug. Spring is a hug. Spring is a hug that warms and comforts as new blossoms bloom. Summer is like a volcano erupting. Summer is a volcano erupting. Summer is a volcano erupting, spreading its heat in lazy days as insects buzz and swarm. Autumn is like a firework display. Autumn is a firework display. Autumn is a firework display with leaves of every fireburst colour. Winter is like a polar bear. Winter is a polar bear. Winter is a polar bear roaring its cold around us. Turning similes into metaphors and adding details helps us to practice finding new ways of describing things, finding more interesting and deeper ways of making our poetry pop. What will you do with your poem? Will you read it to your class? Write it on some clear plastic with felt tips and hang it in a window? Or maybe you'll put it into your very own poetry notebook.